Some moments are so chilling that they linger in the collective memory, captured forever on film. Horrible fates caught on camera reveal the fragility of life and the stark reality of human vulnerability. These haunting clips act as grim echoes of the unexpected turns life can take. Kyle Wheeler's story. In September 2009, a 12-year-old boy named Kyle and his father Russell were excited to experience the thrill of a popular roller coaster at a world-renowned theme park. Little did they know, their adventure would soon spiral into a terrifying ordeal that would change their lives forever. This is the account of what happened on that fateful day. Knott's Berry Farm, located in Buena Park, California, is a massive 57-acre amusement park, attracting millions of visitors each year. From humble beginnings as a roadside berry stand, it has grown into a full-scale entertainment destination. By 1997, the park was sold to Cedar Fair, which later merged with Six Flags to become one of the largest amusement park operators globally. One of the park's standout attractions is the Accelerator, a steel roller coaster that opens with a dramatic hydraulic launch. This high-speed ride, capable of reaching 82 miles per hour in just 2.3 seconds, is a favourite among thrill seekers. With a height of 205 feet and a sleek, vintage 1950s design, it's a marvel of modern engineering. On September 16, 2009, Kyle Wheeler, along with his father Russell and mother Anita, travelled from their home in Weaverville, North Carolina, to enjoy a day at Knott's Berry Farm. After a day filled with excitement, around 4 p.m., the father and son duo decided to experience the Accelerator. With safety checks completed, the two eagerly strapped in, taking their seats in the front row. But as the coaster launched, everything changed in an instant. Just seconds into the ride, something went horribly wrong. The launch cable snapped. A violent whipping motion sent the cable slamming into the front of the coaster. It struck with such force that the fiberglass car split apart, creating a nightmarish scene. Anita, watching from the sidelines, was struck with sheer panic, certain she had just witnessed the unthinkable. Miraculously, the ride operator recognized the emergency and halted the coaster before it could roll back further, potentially making things worse. Kyle and his father were quickly rushed to a nearby hospital. Kyle had suffered severe injuries to his leg, caused by the cable snapping and striking his calf. His father, too, had been injured by flying debris. But the real question was, how did this happen? An investigation quickly began into the cause of the accident. According to the park, the roller coaster was regularly maintained, and the cable that snapped had been replaced just months before the incident. However, upon closer inspection, it became clear that the issue lay in the park's maintenance procedures. It turned out that the park had missed critical safety inspections. Although the manufacturer had specified that the coaster should be checked monthly, the park had been inspecting it only every 6 months. Furthermore, the inspection the park performed was overdue by 19 days. This simple oversight led to the catastrophic failure of the cable. Kyle's recovery was long and painful. He required several surgeries to repair the muscle damage to his leg and undergo skin grafts. Months of physical therapy followed, with Kyle working tirelessly to regain the ability to walk again. It was a tough journey for the young boy, but he fought through it, moving from a wheelchair to crutches and eventually walking again with the help of a knee brace. The Wheeler family, now burdened with substantial medical bills, hired a lawyer and pursued a lawsuit against the park. After years of legal battles, the two parties reached a confidential settlement in 2011. While the terms of the settlement remain undisclosed, it is clear that this was a major turning point for both the family and the park. In the aftermath of the incident, Knott's Berry Farm was forced to re-evaluate their safety procedures. New protocols were put in place to ensure such a failure would never happen again. While no one lost their life in this incident, it highlighted a grave reality about the importance of safety over shortcuts. Today, Kyle continues to recover, and although he still faces challenges, he is stronger for having survived this traumatic experience. His family's story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that, even in the world of amusement parks, safety must always come first. While Kyle Wheeler's story illustrates how a simple thrill-seeking moment can unexpectedly transform into a life-altering event, Jahseh Onfroy's journey underscores how quickly tragedy can strike, even when everything seems to be going smoothly. The randomness of life's twists and turns is a powerful illustration of how every moment holds both risk and potential. Between these two vastly different yet equally impactful experiences, we find a common theme: how rapidly everything can change. One moment you're reveling in an adrenaline rush, and the next, you're confronting the harsh reality of vulnerability. One moment you're at the peak of success with your dreams unfolding, and the next, your future is abruptly taken by an act of senseless violence. What happened to Kyle and Jahseh highlights the unpredictable nature of life, and why we should never take our time for granted. Jahseh Onfroy's story. Today, we delve into the life of Jahseh Onfroy, better known as a talented yet controversial artist who rose from a turbulent past to achieve global fame, only for his journey to be cut short in a horrific and senseless act of violence. His story is a stark portrayal of brilliance overshadowed by struggles and the devastating consequences of choices made in a life full of turmoil. Jahseh's early years in South Florida were marked by hardship. Growing up, he moved frequently between his mother's and grandmother's homes, experiencing a chaotic childhood filled with instability. By the time he was 6 years old, he had already displayed troubling signs of aggression, reportedly confronting a man who was threatening his mother. His youth was plagued with violent outbursts, leading to multiple expulsions from schools. Despite the chaos around him, music became his one solace. Initially drawn to rock and rap, Jahseh taught himself guitar and piano. His family encouraged his musical interests by enrolling him in chorus, but his fiery temper got the better of him, resulting in another expulsion after he attacked a classmate. As a teenager, Jahseh's life continued to spiral between moments of promise and self-destruction. By 2013, he found himself incarcerated in a juvenile detention center for possession of a firearm. It was during this period of isolation that he began to seriously focus on music, pouring his emotions into his craft. In 2014, he uploaded his first track, Vice City, to SoundCloud and quickly found an audience. His breakout single, Look at Me, released in late 2015, was unapologetically raw, and its explosive energy mirrored the chaos of his own life. By 2017, he was a star, with platinum records and chart-topping albums, but his troubled personal life remained inescapable. Despite his rising fame, Jahseh's life was haunted by violent altercations and legal troubles. He became a polarizing figure, adored by fans for his unfiltered music, but scrutinized for his volatile behavior and disturbing allegations against him. Even as his second studio album debuted at #1 on the charts in 2018, it was clear that he was a man at war with himself and his past. June 18, 2018, was supposed to be a normal day. Jahseh started the morning at home, unwinding with video games. Later, he visited a bank to withdraw a substantial amount of cash, reportedly $50,000, before heading to Riva Motorsports in Deerfield Beach, Florida. The cameras at the dealership captured him browsing motorcycles, completely unaware of the sinister plans unfolding around him. A group of 4 men had been watching his every move, drawn to the large sum of cash he had withdrawn. As Jahseh exited the dealership and climbed into his sleek black BMW i8, the men sprang into action. They blocked his vehicle with their SUV, cutting off any chance of escape. 2 of the men jumped out, guns in hand, their faces set with cold determination. A violent struggle broke out. Jahseh's step-uncle, who had been with him, fled the scene in terror, leaving the car door wide open. What happened next was nothing short of horrific. As Jahseh tried to defend himself, the attackers overpowered him, raining blows and threats upon him. They tore the Louis Vuitton bag containing the $50,000 from his car. But what could have ended as a brutal robbery turned into something far darker. One of the attackers, standing just feet away from Jahseh, raised his firearm, staring directly into the eyes of the young artist. Without hesitation, he fired multiple shots, each one ripping through the life of a man who had just begun to turn his talent into a force of global influence. The sound of gunfire echoed through the lot, silencing one of the most promising voices of his generation. The aftermath was chaos. Witnesses at the dealership called for help, but it was too late. Jarse lay lifeless in his car, his blood staining the luxury seats, his dreams and future extinguished in an instant. The attackers fled, leaving behind devastation and questions that would haunt fans and loved ones alike. In the days that followed, the world mourned. Fans gathered at memorials, leaving flowers, artwork, and heartfelt letters. His music surged in popularity, but the loss overshadowed any celebration of his talent. The police worked swiftly, apprehending the 4 men responsible for the robbery and killing. Their trial revealed chilling details of the calculated plan and the senseless cruelty behind the crime. 3 of the attackers were sentenced to life in prison, while a 4th received a lengthy sentence for his role. Both Kyle Wheeler and Jarse Onfroy's stories illustrate life's fragility and the profound impact of unforeseen events. Kyle's ordeal emphasizes the necessity of vigilance and safety, while Jarse's tragic end highlights the devastating consequences of violence. Together, they inspire reflection on resilience and the need for a safer, more compassionate world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more from Horrendous Horror.